Yo, yo, yo.
This will be interesting. Mm-hmm. Magnifico.
Custom Beat King is live on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Just got that Twitch alert.
Man.
Notorious.
Aha.
Notorious.
Yes, indeed. Good morning. Good morning. Good Wednesday morning, the 18th of June. We are in the building. It is the AM King Show, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We are up in here. There's C, it's LB, the Abbott, Mello PDC. We are on the airwaves doing it the way that we do it all the time, all the time, all the time. Get to check in with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? Is everybody lighting up? Lighting up. Abbott, what's going on with it, brother? Houston in the building. H Town.
Blaze one.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, blaze up.
Hey man, I'm just enjoying my counterparts. Put something in the air. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Love and light to everyone. Love and
Love and light
light.
to everyone out there. You know what I'm saying? Thanks everybody for tapping in early. You know what I'm saying? Chat starting to build up. What's going on, C?
Feeling great, feeling
Mm-hmm.
great. Gonna celebrate. Gonna
Ah,
celebrate.
it's a celebration.
Yeah.
It's a
Celebration.
celebration all
Blaze
day
one for
long.
the
You know what
nation.
I'm saying?
This right
LB,
here.
what's the deal? LB, oh, you got that old man. Look at he got the Ray Lewis on today. I don't know what's going on. I
Mm.
don't know what's going on.
I'm ready for action, goddammit. They said there's supposed to be some kind of shit going on. I'm ready. They come with the hardest LB in the game right now.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, LB got the LB.
Come with the
nah,
hardest LB.
facts.
LB with the LB. He said,
Facts.
"What? This is what we doing today." Yes, sir. Make sure y'all liking, subscribing, and sharing. We see y'all jumping in. We see y'all jumping in. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We plan to have a rousing day of information and education and upliftment. And not only that, but we're going to definitely run the funnies as we always do. I hope the Saint joins us this morning so that way we can get another good rousing, you know, round on the round table. You know what I'm saying? Saint, if you out there,
Mm-hmm.
the link is still the same, brother. Jump on in. Jump on in. Jump on in. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to watch Saint's content the other day on Twitch. And it's pretty cool, man. It was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Saint was up there playing Mortal Kombat. It was a lot of fun.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? And he runs music. He runs music in between switching up
that's
games and things of that nature. So make sure y'all following First Gen Xers on Twitch. Definitely. And stay tuned. Tonight we are on the lovely radio show with Miss Toy. Make sure y'all go ahead and check it out. Check it out. We're there every Wednesday and Thursday night, broadcasting live from the WEST, West Coast. So if you're on the East, you got to get up and be up a little later. It is what it is. I'm up there late. So you guys can be up there late too if you get a chance. Go check out the lovely radio show. We had a great show last night. You know what I'm saying? With a good brother, you know what I'm saying, Ahmad Ballard. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Bob Ballard, and he is the son of Bruh Man from the fifth floor. But this guy definitely is, yes, from the fifth floor. You already know.
Dope dude.
Yeah, dope dude, man. His musicology and his piano playing skills is off the chain.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Dismos for putting him on last night. And you guys catch us on Tuesday nights, reservations for 3, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the usual suspect channels, Facebook, YouTube. We are up there and we are up and running. But we're going to start it off with a quick little music plug today. We're going to go snatch another song off the 4-song offering that Simply Kill put out. You know what I'm saying? This is the Watch Me project, and this song is called Won't Believe. Y'all get a listen and check it out right here on the AM King Show.
They won't believe the truth unless it's coming out the right mouth. I was 10 years old, grabbing 40s out the White House. Learn from my mistakes, you can't cover up with white out. Always knew I'll make it, never knew it would be right now. They won't believe the truth unless it's coming out the right mouth. I was 10 years old, grabbing 40s out the White House. Learn from my mistakes, you can't cover up with white out. Always knew I'll make it, never knew it would be right now. Running through my memory like I remember back when I was drinking 40s in the bandies, I was like 10. Wrote my first verse, said my name was Bishop Dyson. Had my cake and eat it, just something about the icing. Thought I was gon' hoop and be on TV with LeBron James. Coach ain't like that young with too much ball game. Filling out my shoe got bigger than some ball man. Started dressing like a rapper, even came up on a long chain. Making all them A's, studying to be a doctor. To the Dallas boys took me to the stew and made a monster. Cartier my vision for a bigger map to conquer. Now I profit off profit, I ain't even need a sponsor. They won't believe the truth unless it's coming out the right mouth. I was 10 years old, grabbing 40s out the White House. Learn from my mistakes, you can't cover up with white out. Always knew I'll make it, never knew it would be right now. They won't believe the truth unless it's coming out the right mouth. I was 10 years old, grabbing 40s out the White House. Learn from my mistakes, you can't cover up with white out. Always knew I'll make it, never knew it would be right now. Thinking about the past like I barely live that lifestyle. I was born to store before I grabbed the pack and chopped out. Hustled day and night and stayed up longer than the night out. Just because we met don't mean you know me, and that's flat out. Had some new beginnings, you know, took a couple losses. Soon as I got unemployed, started hanging with the bosses. They won't believe the truth unless it's from someone they dick ride. Always knew I'll make it, never knew I would be this fried. Jungle life forever, yeah, they know what's heavy, hustle ho. Do this shit for Maynard and Ray Money, I ain't letting go. Said this shit before, if rap don't work, I'ma let it snow. Said this shit before, if rap don't work, then I'ma let it snow. Won't believe the truth unless it's coming out the right mouth. I was 10 years old, grabbing 40s out the White House. Learn from my mistakes, you can't cover up with white out. Always knew I'll make it, never knew it would be right now. They won't believe the truth unless it's coming out the right mouth. I was 10 years old, grabbing 40s out the White House. Learn from my mistakes, you can't cover up with white out. Always knew I'll make it, never knew it would be right now.
Oh yeah, Won't Believe. Off the project Watch Me. That is Simply Kill. Yes, indeed. You guys stay locked in. We're going to keep trying to bring good music. We're going to run some more music on Friday. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to hit www.lfxmedia.live for the Woke Show. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go check out lfxmedia.live regardless. But we definitely want to put the shameless plug in for the Woke Show. And, you know what I'm saying? The Mello Man, DJ Rob over there doing it the way that they do it. It is early. It's an early day. Feels early today. Caught P getting a little yawn in, man. I feel you, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to pass you the mug, man. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say, here you go.
Yeah.
Get some Joe.
Get some JoJo.
Get some Joe for the flow. Yes, indeed. But yes, indeed, we got some good topics to talk about today, fellas. We're gonna start it off like this. Let's go ahead and check this out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start in the music category. For all of y'all that's tapped in, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. We are here. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are on the air. You know what I'm saying? 10 things you need to know about the history of African American music. 10 things you need to know about the history of African American music. It says the history of African American music, because the reason why we're saying this is because it is African American Music Month or Black Music Month. Morning, Frank Grandson. You already know what it is, man. Yes, indeed. It says the history of African American music is a rich and profound chronicle that reflects the vibrant culture tapestry, excuse me, of the United States. It encompasses a range of genres, periods, and influential figures, each contributing uniquely to the fabric of American music. From the rhythmic beats of jazz to the soulful sounds of blues, African American music has shaped the global musical landscape and continues to be a source of inspiration, resilience, and creativity. Here's a look at 10 essential aspects that highlight the importance and evolution of African American music throughout history. So we're going to go through the quick little slideshow here, guys. Check it out. The first thing is the birth of the blues. So we already know the blues is definitely a big category. It says emerging from the heart of the Mississippi Delta in the late 19th century. The blues is a genre that speaks to the soul with roots deeply intertwined with African spirituals and work songs. The blues became an expression of personal and collective trials. So let's go to the next one. It is the Jazz Age. So you guys can see it right there. It says the Jazz Age of the 1920s was a period of exuberance and innovation centered in Harlem, New York. Jazz, characterized by its syncopated rhythms and improvisational style, became a symbol. Oh. Became a symbol of freedom and modernity. So we have the Jazz Age. That's one. Of course, gospel music's rise. Gospel music emerged as a powerful spiritual expression within African American communities in the early 20th century. Rooted in Christian hymns and spirituals, is characterized by its uplifting messages and passionate delivery. We also have the birth of Motown. Motown, Hitsville, USA. Motown Records, founded in Detroit in 1959 by Berry Gordy, revolutionized the music industry by producing hits that crossed racial boundaries. Known as the sound of young America, Motown brought African American artists like the Supremes, Marvin Gaye to the forefront, and all of the greats from Motown. Big shout out to Motown. We also have hip hop's emergence. Born in the Bronx during the 1970s, hip hop began as a cultural movement encompassing music, dance, and art. With its roots in African American and Latino communities, hip hop provided a voice for marginalized groups. Much love to hip hop. The influence of spirituals. African American spirituals, with their powerful narratives and soulful melodies, served as a beacon of hope and resistance. Emerging during the era of slavery, these songs were embedded with hidden messages of freedom. We also have the Harlem Renaissance. The Harlem Renaissance was a cultural explosion during the 1920s, centered in the vibrant neighborhood of Harlem, New York. This era saw a flourishing of African American art, literature, and music, with jazz at its core. So big shout out to the Harlem Renaissance. We also have the impact of rhythm and blues, or R&B. Emerging in the 1940s, rhythm and blues blends, or R&B, blended blues, jazz, and gospel influences to create a sound that resonated with both Black and white audiences. So we give a shout out to R&B. You can see the great Nat King Cole there. We also have soul music's golden era. The 1960s was the golden era of soul music, characterized by its raw emotion and powerful vocals. As you can see, that's Aretha Franklin there. Soul seamlessly blended gospel, jazz, and R&B with artists like James Brown and Aretha Franklin leading the charge. So yes indeed, fellas. You know what I'm saying? We had to give proper perspective and respect to this music that we call African American or Black music. Saint is in the building. There he is. What's going on, Saint? How you doing this morning, brother?
Oh, I'm doing all right, CPT time, but it's all right though. You feel me?
Right on. Yes, indeed. But you're here, man. Thank you for joining us once again, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We appreciate it. And I was telling them a little bit about First Gen Xers. I got a chance to watch the platform the other day, and it's really dope. I had a lot of fun. It just feels like, you just sitting with your homie and watching a good gaming experience. You know what I'm saying? Gaming and music. It's a nice blend, how you blend the two together. So yes, big ups to the First Gen Xers platform.
Thank you. Definitely appreciate it.
A lot of fun.
Appreciate it. What's going on, brothers? How you doing?
All right, how you doing today, good brother?
Man, hey, look.
What's going on?
I'm just up and at it, man. I'm up and at it.
Good,
let's go.
Man. Let's go. So we just got shining some light on African American Music Month or Black Music Month. So, we could just talk real quick about what it means to us. Personally, of course, me being a musician, it meant everything because that was like one of the first things that I remember hearing as far as music is concerned. So, it was a heavy influence on me. And I think that it resonates around the world because, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so, I show honor and respect to it. And I wanted to make sure we showed some honor and respect to it on the show. Let's go down the line. C.
Well, I'm a musician as well, and without my predecessors, I wouldn't have metal because we invented metal. We just about every genre of music. I invented hip opera. Yeah, and I wouldn't have had that without the influences of my predecessors. And I owe it to them. Whether if they did it for good reasons or bad reasons really doesn't matter. I'm doing what I'm doing for good reasons, and again, I got to pay homage to them because without them, I wouldn't have metal because I wouldn't have the blues scales. I wouldn't have that harmonic minor that I use a lot, and it all derived from those people.
Okay. Yes, sir. LB.
Music, I grew up off of music. So basically, in my era, it was mainly gospel and blues. They all had messages back then. It prepared you for the steps taking ahead in life when you listen to them and stuff. So, as I said, a lot of the music back then had messages to teach you things if you really paid attention. They don't have a lot of that now, but that's the thing that brings it to where it's at now because they have messages that touch.
Absolutely. Big respect to that. Abbott.
My mic sound nice? We good?
We can still hear you. P, go ahead and rock out.
Okay, for sure. All right. Traditionally, I mean, it goes back to the African tribes, the dance, the music, all of the things that are instilled in us. Me personally, being born in Erie and having some of the influences that I can remember all the way back to, you're the custom beat king. I can remember Walt Studio, and I was just a hip hop head. I was just a music person. I wasn't in there recording nothing, but I remember being in there with the cats that I noticed recording. So, if you guys are familiar with the movie that Tom Hanks did,
That Thing You Do,
about Erie, That Thing You Do. Walt was actually one of the guys who dropped out of the group.
Yeah, he was a drummer.
He dropped out of the group before they got really famous. You know what I'm saying? But it's all in us. I mean, even growing up in Erie, we spent a lot of time in Detroit, a lot of time in Chicago. It's a lot of rich, vocals back there, and my mom is like a 4 or 5 year old. One of her playmates was Diana Ross in
Wow.
Detroit. Yeah, this goes deep with us. It goes really
Yes,
deep.
indeed. And give a shout out also to Cleveland, which is one of our cities that we used to visit frequently, and the rich tradition of Ohio music. We can't forget about that when we talk about Black music. A lot of the funk legends came from the state of Ohio. So big shout out to them. Saint, give us your 2 cents on it.
Oh man, let me see. First album ever completed that I ever heard when I was a kid was Amazing Grace, Aretha Franklin, possibly one of the greatest gospel albums of all time. Um, for me, I'm not a musician, but I am a music enthusiast. And I have studied music. I have studied what music is about. I have studied music when it comes to this business and so forth. I can't use the term African American Music Month. I have to use it as Black Music Month because when I found out that's what it was, that's just what the fuck it is.
That's right.
Period. I'm not changing. I'm not gonna change a title from something to you know to something that's just 100% politically correct. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's
Right.
just that's just not that's just not incorrect. When it became Black Music Month, that's just what it was, Black Music Month in month of June. And I've been celebrating that shit ever since then. When I do my streams and that's what I do, but I support the artists that are trying to get ahead, but not for the ones that's already been down the road and already retired. This is new
Absolutely.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, big respect to that, Saint. Man, thank you guys for the good introspect and insight. Simply, you just joined us, but you missed it, man. We ran one of the songs again this morning, brother. You just ahead. You always step in just a second late, man. We dropped Won't Believe this morning, so you're gonna have to go back to the front of the broadcast when we're done and check
Okay.
it out. And yeah, Simply Killed from up here in Pittsburgh, PA. We just released a 4 song EP called Watch Me, and the song was called Won't Believe. It's right there at the front of the show, so you guys check that out. And we're
Okay.
gonna keep on rocking. We're gonna keep on rocking to the next subject here. Let's go ahead. Check it out, guys. It says, excuse me, could Trump end Juneteenth as a federal holiday? The short answer is not on his own. President Donald Trump's effort to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, since we all know what that means now, programs and make changes to already existing federal holidays has resulted in a growing concern about the future of Juneteenth, a commemoration of the day slavery was ended in the United States. Says Jeremy Paul, a law professor at Northeastern University School of Law, said folks shouldn't be worried though. On his own, the president does not have the authority to strike Juneteenth as a federal holiday. Juneteenth was named a federal holiday under former President Joe Biden in 2021, signed by Biden into law. June 19th has been recognized as Juneteenth National Independence Day since. So, let's talk about this a little bit, fellas. Let's talk about this a little bit. Um, we got, you know, we got our own holiday, and that definitely is something to be proud of. And Biden definitely put it into law that it is a holiday. But we already were celebrating it regardless, right? Um, uh, what do you guys think? We could even spin the angle and say, hey, look, let's talk about the president and the powers that he actually has and the powers that he actually does not have. Because I don't think too many people that are watching us really know what kind of powers, because you see Trump's name there, Trump's name here. He's trying to introduce all of these things into law. And I don't think people really realize that there's a lot of things that he's going to introduce that are not going to go through. It's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think we should talk about it a little bit, and just put some of the rumors to rest, because for those of us that are in the know, we know that the president does have some power, but and we know that Trump is definitely on a power hungry scheme. You know what I'm saying? He wants to wield power or increase power of the president position. But let's get some perspective on it. Let's start with you, Saint.
Look, listen, the Orange Man is definitely not about. I mean, he's all about his business and this power structure or whatever the fuck it is. But let's get something straight. When it comes to Juneteenth, okay. Yes, it is nationally. It's recognized and stuff. But I've been celebrating Juneteenth since I was like 14 or 15 in California, and I'm pretty sure that yeah, that's just what it is. I mean, when it did come to the being recognized as a federal holiday, I get it, but I would have rather seen something else in place, like anti hate, black crime bill or something like that,
Oh
that
yeah.
we can
Hmm.
definitely, get around that. How about
Hmm.
that? Sometimes when they throw these holidays up, they're like a fucking smokescreen to not get the tangibles that we actually need and want, instead of throwing, like I said, throwing smoke screens. Yes, Juneteenth is nationally recognized. Yes, Juneteenth for most black people, especially in Texas, that has been celebrated. So, like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Right. Yeah, make it make sense, right?
yeah,
That
the
definitely,
math ain't mathing, bro.
the math is not mathing at all, man. Abbott.
Yes, sir. We talk almost every show, and we're going to keep talking about it every show about the diversions that Trump does. The he's a talking head who talks entirely too much. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, you see his messages through tweets and stuff that's untraditional, childish, really off the charts when it comes to, he'll say like, well, yeah, I'm the best president since George Washington or whatever. Like your ratings, bro, you ain't even after the first 100 days, like you the bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? But what he's doing, he's pulling in some black Republicans. He's pulling in some sympathetically, people that I came in and I overturned the federal decision with Larry Hoover. You know what I mean? I gave him a stay. Like, wait a minute, he still got 200 years to serve in state. So the play that he's running, Vance is going to be the next president, and I'm going to be the vice president because I can't come in. So they're just want to be like a overbearing totalitarian. You know what I mean? So
Totalitarians, yes.
yeah, so I'm just like I have to take it back to like Beanie Siegel. Your handshake ain't matching your smile. So
Man.
just be careful, guys, because the Juneteenth with me, just as Saint said, we moved down to Houston. I was 13 years old. Now Houston is not even an hour from Galveston. So the source of Galveston is where this started at. So it initially, when I came down here as a kid, I'm like, these clowns celebrating Juneteenth. To found out 2 years later that we're free and they didn't even know it. But then as you get into the culture, you really understand what Juneteenth is about. I gotta agree with Saint. Like it's some other things that we could be doing to implicate in it. It's about discovery. It's about understanding that it's a release that needs to be happening. You know, they're never going to give us our reparations, but just be prepared for whatever they throw at us, and understand that, you know, we got to pass the knowledge and the information to the next generation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well said, PLB.
It's, it's basically like what they do with everything else we have. We have a bar, they consider a nuisance bar, they shut it down. We have events, they find ways to say there's a problem, they shut it down. Basically all the same thing. It's just a different angle they're using to say the same thing. So
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
it's all politics. It's something that they already have planned. That oh, once they start doing this, it's time to shut it down. Once they get so far, because we don't want it to go, but so far, and then we're gonna shut everything down, and it's a problem. Everything's a problem. It's been going on forever, but now it's a big deal. Why is that with all the stuff that's going on right now?
Man, well said, brother. Well said. Well said. You already know. C.
Oh man, what is the end game?
Yeah.
Um, how can I say this? Again, people are being forced. They're being forced to do something. That's all it is. And again, Trump is not a part of the cabal. They allowed him in because of what he represents,
Right.
and it's just that simple. They're dead serious about their bloodline. They don't play around with their bloodline.
Right.
So
Right.
Trump and Elon Musk, they represent things, and we have to comprehend and see what they represent, and comprehend the end game. Comprehend what they're trying to force us to do. They're trying to force us to come together. Not that we
Yeah.
shouldn't. Yes, we should. Yet they're trying to force us to come together. Yet in what fashion? And then you got to comprehend that end game, because there's another end game to that end game too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're traps within traps within traps.
Oh man.
In my,
Whew.
they've laid these traps down over 10,000 years ago, and I'm like, you have to look exactly at the end game. You can't look at what's going on in between.
Mm, man, well said, well said, well said. Blunt Conversations in the building. What's going on? Good morning, brother. You already know what it is. Salute, salute, salute. We are on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We are here. You know what I'm saying? AM King Show. You know what I'm saying? He said, if y'all ain't heard bad news for R. Kelly, man down. I personally saw the story. It's all surface stuff when we're reading this stuff, guys. Let's just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that things happen. I'm not saying things didn't happen, but I will say this: the media is built to tell us things that they want us to hear. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful, look past the surface of it. Whatever happened with R. Kelly to put him in the hospital, saying that the jail gave him, an overdose of medicine to try to kill him, and this, that, and the third. This is all speculation at this point. It's alleged. It's not written in stone. His lawyers are claiming this. We will have to see exactly what's going on with that. That's probably the reason why we didn't put it in the rundown this morning. But Blunt Conversations appreciate you bringing that in to the light. You know what I'm saying? Because really, at the end of the day, it is a subject, and R. Kelly has been a subject for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot of negativity surrounding his story, and it's something that us as a people of color. Yeah, it's good to talk about it, but I think Rain, what's going on? Good morning, Beat Boys TV checking in. Um, you know, uh, it's something it's something that's like a catch 22, because our black celebrities are always the focal point of negativity in this country, and I think we could shed some light on that real quick, fellas. Saint, what you think? What you think? Because I know that we're always in the public eye, right? But
Right.
in most cases, we're in the public eye on a negative side of things, and I think we need to shed some light on that.
Okay, well, that also, well, it depends. It really does depend on your perspective, and it also depends on where your place in terms of the music business really is, and in terms of that knowledge being, being anticipated. So we know what it is. We know most folks know what how the music business gets in with the media and so forth. You hear all of these types of, conspiracy theories or what have you. It happens all the time. You really don't know what the hell is going on, but then you kind of do know what the hell is going on, but we're not going to speak up because that's not our business. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
no, hell no.
Dig it.
No fuckery allowed. No
Right.
fuckery allowed.
Right.
I'm not with
Right.
that.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the story. Misery. He's in the hospital for nurses in a prison overdose. They're trying to kill him. Like I said, once again, Misery. It's true. That's what's being
Woo.
reported. That's what's being reported. But we also have to keep an open eye and know that they're only going to show us what they want us to know. We really wasn't there. We don't know for sure that that's exactly what happened. It's all alleged at this point in time. We don't know exactly what's going on, but we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll definitely keep a sharp eye on it. You know what I mean? Because these are things that they choose to put in front of us, because that's one of our black entertainers that actually fell one of the hardest falls in the history of our genres of music. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. You know what I mean? But fellas, we got another topic here. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and let's check this out real quick. I wanted to get some perspective on this, the Israel-Iran war, because this is something that we definitely need to watch close and stay under the surface with. You know what I mean? Israel-Iran war. Khamenei, Ayatollah Khamenei. For those who don't know who that is, go look him up. Warns battle begins. Launches hypersonic missiles. This just fell down overnight. Iranian leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is an easy target, and Iran should surrender unconditionally. President Donald Trump said Tuesday before Iran's leader countered with his own warning. The battle begins. Pay attention. Pay attention. Yeah. I know you know the game, brother. We ain't saying that you don't know the game. Yeah, definitely. And we needed to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very important. But it says, as Iran fired two hypersonic missile barrages into Israel on Tuesday night, Khomeini wrote in a post on X, in the name of the noble Haidar, the battle begins, along with the image of fire raining down on an ancient city. Said in a separate X account, he wrote in English, we must give a strong response to the terrorist Zionist regime. We will show the Zionists no mercy. There were no injuries reported in Iran's attacks, as Israel Defense Forces issued an evacuation order before a new wave of airstrikes in Tehran. Man, you know what I'm saying? We got some things that are going on overseas, y'all, that really could shape what's going on in this country. C, give us some perspective on it.
All right. So, key words: ancient city, or phrase: ancient cities, Zionists. One, where did that word Zionist come from? Allegedly, it came from the man Albert Pike that wrote a letter that said that he received in a dream from Lucifer, outlining how the New World Order will be accepted by the world. It has been playing out. However, though, there has been a time divergence. One. Two, we're dealing with battles that have been going on for a long time, and this is over the same things that they've been fighting over 10,000 years ago in the same places at that.
Yeah.
So another thing, the entire world is a corporation. This is a stock market move. They're about to ka-ching. That's
I
what they're
think they
about to do
already
right
have
now.
been. I think they already have begun to ka-ching. You know what I'm saying? To be brutally honest with you, I mean, I agree with you. I
The,
agree with you wholeheartedly.
oh no
You
no
know.
no! The Kaching is about to double and triple
Oh,
because
okay,
once the missile starts firing and stuff, that's when they make more money.
absolutely. Because there is
Once people start dying, they start making more money.
there's such a thing called the defense fund, correct? The defense fund. We don't talk about the defense fund nearly enough.
Remember, George Prescott Bush funded both sides of the world. World War II. America funded both sides of World War II. Let's not
The
forget
Bush
that.
family is heavily invested and heavily into the defense fund of this country. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. LB, what you think?
We're going to war because that's how he gonna make the money back.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm, mm. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. Give me the lane. Real rap. And
I throw it down your, I throw it down your throat like Barkley, for sure. Now, but both of these countries are one has a strong on the ground army, the other one has a strong air force. You know what I mean? So the balance of who. I mean, look at Trump. He's always like, "Hey, these guys can't have weapons," and da da da. It's really a battle to the finish line. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's all out Armageddon about to happen, but I agree with C. Like, they're setting the stage for it. And us doing trading, we look at the news, like I'm looking right now and I'm seeing the stock market changing as we speak, as these news articles come out. So we just have to be aware of the end game, as we keep saying. There's an end game, and there's diversions within, the tactics. Like when you walk up to two people arguing, you don't know which one is the fool.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we definitely just have to just keep in mind what the end game is, and as it doubles and triples, like we need to be invested in certain companies that are particular to the situation.
Yeah, yeah. Well said, brother. Well said. Saint.
Hmm. I will say this. There's this quote from this movie with Steven Seagal. Was it Under Siege, Under Territory? And there's this quote that says, "Chance favors the prepared mind." Well,
Mm,
I will say this. We're taking a lot of chances here. Okay, if we actually get into conflict with this thing, like it could go either way. It really
could.
could. And it also depends on your perspective in the political structure. You understand? You got to be able to understand which side you're going to not necessarily going to choose, but you have to be able to understand where it's all coming from. Like the end game is like the end game has always been, being mentioned. You just got to start looking at it. You got to start looking at the forest beyond the trees, shit like that.
Phew.
Shit
Man, you
like
ain't never
that.
lied, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Look past the
Yeah.
surface. Find the end game, guys. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think that we all are in agreement with
Mhm.
that. And we are going to keep an eye on these things because the next week, I'm not even going to say the next week, in the next few days, we are going to know even more. You know what I'm saying? So come Friday, we may even have to revisit
Quick
this.
question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. See?
The question becomes, what is the end game? I'm not
Mhm.
gonna say it.
Mhm.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm not
I
gonna
got
say
you
it.
right. Hey man, listen, we're
What
gonna
is the
keep an
end
eye on
game?
it. Yeah,
But I can't
yes.
say that right now.
It's all to the good, brother. There is an end game. Oh, yes, absolutely. If it exists, there's an end game to it.
Mhm.
There's an agenda, and we also have to keep mindful of it. So you guys stay locked in with us. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, AM King Show. You know what I'm saying? Eastern Standard Time, y'all. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are definitely in the building. You know what I'm saying? JPad, CLB, the Abbott, and the Saint. we are definitely going to bring it to you rough, rugged, and raw, man. Let's go to our next subject, guys, because we're going to talk about this real quick, and I think this was important for our watchers and our viewers. The NAACP environmental group notified the Elon Musk XAI company of intent to sue over facility pollution. Okay, this is in Memphis, Tennessee. The NAACP and an environmental group said Tuesday that they intend to sue Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company, XAI, over concerns about air pollution generated by a supercomputer facility located near a predominantly black community in or communities in Memphis, predominantly black communities in Memphis. The XAI data center began operating last year, powered in part by pollution emitting gas turbines, without first applying for a permit. Mental note on that, guys. Mental note. Grand Rising, Melanie. Grand Rising. You know the AM Queens is in here with the AM Kings. Thank you for joining us this morning. Officials have said in an exemption allowed them to operate for up to 364 days. 364. Where's the one day? Where did one day go? Without a permit. But Southern Environmental Law Center attorney Patrick Anderson said at a news conference that there is no such exemption for turbines, and that regardless, it has now been more than 364 days. A 60-day notice of intent to sue, a prerequisite to filing a lawsuit under the Clean Air Act, was sent to XAI in a letter. The Southern Environmental Law Center is representing the NAACP in its possible legal challenge against XAI and its permit application, now being considered by the Shelby County Health Department. Now, the XAI company did respond. They said Tuesday that it takes commitment to the community and environment seriously. The temporary power generation units are operating in compliance with all applicable laws. Musk's XAI has said the turbines will be equipped with technology to reduce emissions, and that is already boosting the city's economy by investing billions of dollars in the supercomputer for its of jobs. The company is also spending 35 million to build a power substation and 80 million to build a water recycling plant to support Memphis Light Gas and Water, the local utility. Okay, so we got enough information there. We got enough information there. What do you guys think is really going on? We'll start at the bottom of the tree, Saint.
Okay. First of all, the NAACP. When was the last time these guys were really relevant? Okay. I'm
Man,
sorry. Listen. The NAACP has been the structure of my grandfather, of my dad, when they were really trying to get on the ball. But I'm sorry. I mean, I understand that, the organization is still there, but it's like taking on Elon Musk and taking on those kind of structures. Mm-mm.
yeah, I can
No,
dig it. I
no,
can dig
brother.
it, brother. I
No,
can dig
brother.
it. I can dig it,
And
man.
there are other tons of other things going on, like I said, within this country right now that black people need to understand. They need to gain that knowledge or what have you. I understand that the NAACP has been recognized for well over 100 and what, almost 120 years. They were founded in what, 1909.
Yeah, something
So
like that. Yeah,
I
yep.
I I get it, or yeah, 110 years. But well, bro, no, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I feel you on that. I feel you on that, Saint. Well said, brother. Well said. LB.
Yeah, remember we talked about that a few months ago on our show about that Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
They already knew it was going to be a problem, but they did it anyway in an area where they knew it was majority of minorities there. So basically, they already knew that it was already causing problems. So the problem was already there. So
Yes.
all that stuff now, they should have stopped it from the beginning. And then to all the places, why they choose Memphis?
Ooh, man, message. Think about it. Think about it,
Why
y'all.
Memphis?
Why Memphis? We got to make sure that we stay past the surface with this stuff. See,
Uh, well, the article itself makes it self-explanatory. They're dead serious about AI. They're not going to sit down there and say, "Oh, we don't have this. Okay, well, we'll just put this here and make it more safe." We're not taking down anything. We're continuing our research. We're just continuing our work. Uh, they're pushing for AI for a reason, and this is not the first time AI has been.
mm,
So
mm,
then on top of that, they comprehend the negative effects, and if you control the dominant genetics of the planet, you can say you're the god of that planet.
wow. Ooh, man,
Seeing
man.
how you know, uh, seeing how we all came from Africa, and we all
Mm-hmm.
came from one place, and we've
Mm-hmm.
become divided. So since we already divide ourselves, the universe gonna look at us. Okay, you're divided, so you're gonna put yourself in sections. Okay, here you go. Here's your sections.
Yes. Yes.
Now racism can run rampant because we separate ourselves by saying that I'm this race, I'm that race. Hey, no, silly, you got the same DNA. You came from the same place. You came from the same mitochondria Eve. All of us.
Man. And that's a tough pill for people that are in different, ethnic groups to grasp. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thanking you right now, see, for putting that in perspective because it gets lost on people because, we come from different quote unquote backgrounds, but really we are all one race at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I believe in that. PDC, the Abbott.
Yeah, Elon Musk is so crafty. I mean, he need to be a Beastie Boy. I mean, he's
He's
crafty. You know what
crafty.
I'm saying? The man, Memphis alone with the AI situation, we can just look at parallels the SpaceX project with all the government
Yeah.
contracts. We right here, we feel it right here. You know, the damage to the environment, the ozone, the air. You know, SpaceX has doubled their government contracts here in Texas. It's not far from where I'm at right now. You know, a lot of people don't even realize NASA is right here in
Yeah.
Texas. So the last 4 years, he's doubled from 2 billion in contracts to 4 billion in government contracts. And who's the victim? Us, just like the war we just spoke of. It's hundreds of thousands of civilians that are dying. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's an end game to everything, but those civilians that are being impacted in the war, they're dying right now. Those civilians, but with this SpaceX and the AI and all these things that are affecting our environment, it is long term effects that people might die from the pollution 10, 20 years
Yeah.
later. Not caring about the citizens because all the time people are complaining and they're saying, well, no, these emissions into the air, they're okay. So, they move from like 5 SpaceX trips a year to 25. That's how they
Yes.
doubled the government contract.
Yep, and we
But
did talk about that, P. You're absolutely right. But go ahead, bro.
we did, and it's just not caring for the everyday uh, civilian of whatever country you're at. It's all about us, but in the end game, it's all about them and their.
Well said. Well said. Well said, Podge. And you're right. You're right, Saint. Well said. Blunt conversations. Misery said, in the black community, we know the play. Absolutely, absolutely. He said, yeah, let's fuck up the air in Memphis in the black community. Shit is wild. They play real dirty. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, yes. Misery, man, you
Oh,
you definitely
real
right.
quick, misery to they'll do it to their community too. They'll do it to the hillbillies. They'll do it to them too. They just don't protest. They don't just broadcast it. That's all it is.
Hillbillies.
He said the
wow.
hillbillies. Yo, I ain't see. I didn't foresee what he was getting ready to say right there.
Busting out the banjo.
Yeah, they'll do it to them too. Like if you play Grand Theft Auto 5, they did a research on Grand Theft Auto 5 on how accurate they are with the police and how they react to the people. They look at the areas and see and they said that they are 100% accurate. When they're in South Central part of San Andreas, they mess with the black people more. When in the hills, they mess with the hillbillies more. When they over there, they're messing with the Mets more. And when they looked at the demographics of the actual LA and what goes on, it's like, yeah, they do the same thing there too. Man. They just don't broadcast it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Misery, you're right, man. They just want to push their agenda. And that's exactly what we're getting at. Man, thank you, chat, for being locked in, staying right on focus with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you liking, subscribing, and sharing the show, man. We're bringing content that we know that you guys are not really aware of on the AM King Show, because they're going to talk about the Diddy trial. They're going to talk, like I told y'all all the time, I say this a lot. They're going to talk about the things that they consider popular news, but there's things that are going on that we need to be aware of and really, really need to stay locked in on, because the underlying stories are going to eventually come to the surface, and we're going to try to catch it before you guys get a chance to get blindsided by it. You know what I'm saying? So like, subscribe, and share. We are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, the AM King Show. We're on one this morning. Rain said this. He said, I'm listening. Did not know about this plant in Memphis. Yes, sir. See, this is the reason why we bring it to the light, because a lot of people will be talking about the popular subject. This subject is something that's existing right now, because when I'm just so you guys know, when I'm putting these rundowns together, I'm compiling information from everybody on the panel, and we're catching this information in real time. These subjects are coming down within the last maybe 7 to 20 hours at the furthest out. Some of it's coming within the last 3 hours. So make sure that you guys stay abreast of everything that's going on. And Rain said, and that's why I tune in, to get the info that I'm not getting. Absolutely. And that's our angle. That's our agenda. And that's what we hoping. We got one more subject here before we get into some funnies, guys. Let's see if we can squeeze in something on this real quick. It says the African Initiative, Russian-backed outlet peddles propaganda to buy influence in Africa. Let's take a listen to this, guys, and see what we got here.
Russian propaganda website targets Africa. A Russian-linked media outlet is believed to be spreading propaganda across Africa, according to a report released by France's Agency for Monitoring Foreign Digital Interference. The African Initiative claims to be a Moscow-based news agency covering events on the African continent, running multiple websites and Telegram channels and publishing content in several languages. Although the outlet appears legitimate at first glance, in reality it is part of a propaganda machine which is tied to the Russian state. Now let's wind back. In August 2023, Yevgeny Prigozhin, the founder of the Wagner Group, died in a plane crash, according to Russian state investigators. After Prigozhin's death, Russia began to dismantle Wagner-run operations and media apparatus across the African continent. It also launched the Africa Corps, which is believed to be closely managed by Russia's defense ministry. Meanwhile, in September 2023, the African Initiative platform was created. It promotes...
Sorry about that. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can continue here.
Narratives across its online content.
Back that up a little
It promotes anti-Western narratives across its online content, as well as offline through events and even video games. Many of the individuals who run the African Initiative are affiliated with Russian intelligence services, while others have been identified as former Wagner members. By using local fronts and soft power initiatives like journalism schools and press trips, the outlet is working to embed itself in communities to spread ideas organically, beyond the limits of digital-only networks. The African Initiative has also been pushing to develop its activities in the former French colonies of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. These West African countries have distanced themselves from France and other former Western allies, criticizing failed interventions against jihadists, as well as their colonial legacies, and instead they've turned to Russia.
Man, oh man, oh man. Now that's really an interesting subject right there. And Dismos, what's going on? Checking in. You already know what it is. Salute, brother. You already know West Coast representing. You know what I'm saying? Like our brother Saint that's on the show with us right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, this initiative, this African initiative. Let's get some perspective on it, guys. Let's start with the Saint on this one.
Wow, I wasn't even aware of any kind of propaganda going against Africa. This is something new to me for this one. So I'm kind of, ignorant on this particular topic. So, what
Yeah,
I don't know, if I can't speak on it, but this sounds like something that's actually happening in other places too.
yeah.
Displacing information and all kinds of fuckery going on in this. So I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
I kind of
surprised.
see. I kind of see saying. I see influence, like
Yeah,
Russia's influence is beginning to affect African, overall African way of life, and they're infiltrating in a certain manner. And like we've been saying all morning, end games and agendas. There's an agenda behind this as well. You know what I'm saying? What that agenda actually is, I'm not quite sure even myself. But when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is something that I'm not familiar with. So let's all get familiar with it together. You know what
all
I
right,
mean? Yeah,
exactly.
and so let's
Excuse me,
hear
just a
from
moment.
yeah, go ahead. All right, brother. LB.
As if you've been paying attention and shit, Russia and Africa have been trying to, unite because they're tired of the Western ways of how they've been getting dealt with when they deal with the gold and everything else.
Right,
So
the bricks thing.
maybe they're
Yeah,
just adapting to a new way of doing things because now they're being open to each other on how they do things. So maybe they're just showing a little sample of something that maybe people ain't seen before because now they're doing things that people never seen.
absolutely. L, good talk on that. C.
Well, propaganda in itself always just favors one group, one side. So, of course, there's at that point it's clearly an agenda, and
Yeah. I'm glad you said that
it's
too, because people might not know what propaganda actually means. So that was great that you said it that way. Go ahead, bro.
yeah. So it propaganda is basically when one side is just saying one thing or several things about another side to favor what they want in their agenda. So it happens in America too. So it happens everywhere in the world. So this is why you stop to listen to all sides, not just your side.
Right.
So that being said, with Russia being involved and when you look at Europe and you look at the eastern side of the world, they live a certain way. Granted, there may be war over there. They live a certain way that Westerns don't,
Mm,
and the way they view things is just different from the way we do.
for
Well,
sure.
most Westerners, and that in itself is a problem for the New World Order in itself,
Mm,
because even in the New World Order, there has to be unity.
of some sort, right? Of some
That has,
sort.
and the Westerners, it's clear that the Westerners aren't getting down with the New World Order. Yet the eastern side of the world already has, because they have the European Union, they have all these unions over there. They're already down with the New World Order. It's America, this side of the world that's not with it. Yeah, but
Man,
they're not with it in a way where they're just like really rude, obnoxious, ignorant, entitled,
you can
young,
yeah.
brash, childrish.
Yeah.
Like all because of trauma not healing. And it's again, the end game is ridiculous, and it's all revolving around AI.
Right.
How they make those videos? AI.
Mm,
How they gonna fight the new war? AI.
AI. Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
Matrix.
The Matrix, boy.
I mean,
If you
I'm,
didn't catch
that's
that
a
when the Matrix
documentary.
actually was new, I feel sorry for you. But they were already, putting the previews out there in a couple of them. What'd you say the other day? See, They Live, other
They
movies.
live the ringmakers of
Yeah.
Saturn.
Uh,
Behold the pale horse.
I say it myself, the Truman Show. You know what I'm saying? Things periodically that go along the line. You know what I'm saying? 28
Yeah,
days later. Now they got a movie coming out called 28 Years Later. Like, hey, gotta
and
keep yourself
again, the
sharp there,
Matrix is a documentary. We literally do live in the Matrix.
man,
Literally, I can say this
man.
because this has been scientifically proven.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
live in the Matrix,
Wow.
and
Wow.
I personally have seen. I'm outside. It's around 6:30. I'm walking Jonah. It's just me and Jonah. I see the sun. Sun is rising. I'm like, okay, the sun, cool. It's in the east. We're supposed to be. Then I see the moon in front of the sun. I'm not supposed to see the freaking moon in front of the sun. If I'm supposed to see it, it's supposed to be a new moon. I'm like, okay, oh no, it's coming out. It's a crescent moon. I'm like, okay, it's a crescent moon. And I looked again. I'm like, the shadow is on the wrong side.
Side. Mm. Sheesh.
I'm paying attention. The shadow's on the wrong side. I'm like, oh, y'all coking out. Y'all trying to see who's paying attention, who's not. Y'all think y'all slick.
Swear up and down, man. Hey, these are things that people normally would just walk by on a regular day and think nothing of it. Think nothing of it. So thank you, man, for that perspective, because it's really important that you start paying attention to everything that's going on, not just what's going on down here on the surface, what's going on in the atmosphere, what's going on in all of these things. And that's what the AM King show is all about. Awareness. And most importantly, awareness and transparency. Awareness and transparency, because we have different perspectives that we bring to the table that can enlighten you guys. You know what I'm saying? And you guys in the chat, thank y'all, because y'all enlighten us as well. Your voice is just as important as everybody that's on the panel. So thank you guys, and thank you. See, Mellow Man, are you there? Looks like the Mellow Man's not there right now. I don't know if I don't know if he cut in or cut out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not quite sure. Maybe he had to go handle some business, but it's all to the good. Most importantly, though, guys, like, we want you to keep your brain sharp. We want you to keep awareness of things that you may not be aware of, and that's our angle on this show. Once again, is to make sure that you guys stay in a realistic perspective, in
Exactly.
a realistic perspective, because we as a people sometimes tend to cloud ourselves with a lot of distraction. We tend to be clouded, and I'm not saying it's all just on us. We've been taught to pay attention to a certain type of agenda in this particular country, and we have to be sharper and make ourselves more aware of things that are going on, because things that are going on overseas do impact us, whether we want to accept it or not. Things that are going on in the country that were not being talked about, you know what I'm saying, like the plant down there in Memphis, like, all of these things that are going on, the NAACP, which Saint said clearly, where have they been? Like, what are they doing? Why did they surface only because of this? Why did they surface only because of that? You know what I mean? Why aren't they really being proactive all year round? Because that organization was made for that purpose. Are we really using it in its capacity? Is it really, because there's the NAACP exists in every major city and in places that you wouldn't even think that it exists. These are things that we need to really keep in perspective, y'all, and we really need to make sure that we get it all the way right. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to try our best to get it right here. We may not know every answer, but we're going to definitely learn together. You know what I'm saying? Give our insight the best that we can, and make sure that we sharpen our toolkit mentally. That because we stay sharp mentally, We're going to stay sharp in all other aspects of life and think of all of these things. We are going to try to also go back to the finances on a show coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because we do need to continuously educate ourselves as a people on how to be more financially fit. And I'm a person that really wants to see us all become financially fit. I think it's long overdue. We definitely need to do that. So stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about those things as we go down the line. But we're at the end of the show, fellas. So you already know we got to run a couple of funnies to get people in a good space. And thanks to C for bringing this one up. Man, this is probably one of the funniest things I've seen Will Ferrell do in a long time. I was not even aware of this one. See, I might have missed this one. But it says Will Ferrell is the GOAT. Y'all check this out. First date with the family confidence.
He's saying to himself, shit, look at this honky. Sitting at my table eating my food in my house? Touching my daughter? I have touched your daughter.
Honey.
We have done things, Papa. You ain't gonna like it none.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, I'm just a guy from Terre Haute, Indiana, with a big old dick and a fat wallet and a spleef the size of a baby arm, just looking for someone who wants to smoke it. Let's get some smoke going in this place, right?
This ain't no super fly. What's your problem, man?
Linda, I don't understand what you are doing with him.
Oh, you know what I'm coming at you with, you big black mother of Linda. Mix it up in a pot, making it spicy.
Oh, my Lord.
Hey,
In the back, cooking up chitlins, big old titties, big old titties.
Excuse me?
that's my mama, man.
Hey, wave your hands in the air. Wave your hands in the air like you just don't care.
Please don't do this.
Now, which one of you pipe-hitting bitches can pass me? Well, I don't think that dinner could have gone any better.
I'm dead. Oh.
Oh, see what the hell?
Pipe bitches. Oh my god. Let's get this smoke going on in this place.
Yes, let's get some smoke going on in this place.
That couldn't have gone any better. Crazy. Oh man.
Yes, it's all to the good.
I need to roll up.
I need to roll up. I think we all. Oh, hey, see, man.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Hey, man, and you know what, man? He said, hey, what the fuck I see? hey, man, look, Will Ferrell, if anybody has ever seen Will Ferrell in any of these movies, his oh, you missed it.
Run that shit back, Pat. Run that shit back.
I'm about to run it back, bro. I got to.
Damn.
I apologize. We're gonna run it back one more time for the people, man.
He's saying to himself, shit, look at this honky. Sitting at my table eating my food in my house? Touching my daughter? I have touched your daughter.
Honey.
We have done things, Papa. You ain't gonna like it none.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, I'm just a guy from Terre Haute, Indiana, with a big old dick and a fat wallet and a spleef the size of a baby arm, just looking for someone who wants to smoke it. Let's get some smoke going in this place, right?
This ain't no super fly. What is your problem, man?
Linda, I don't understand what you are doing with him.
Oh, you know what I'm coming at you with, you big black mother of Linda. Mix it up in a pot, making it spicy.
Oh, my Lord.
Hey,
In the back, cooking up chitlins, big old titties, big old titties.
Excuse me?
that's my mama, man.
Hey, wave your hands in the air. Wave your hands in the air like you just don't care.
Please don't do this.
Now, which one of you pipe-hitting bitches can pass me?
My
Well, I don't think that dinner could have gone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, man. Raven said, why you running back? I'm at work dying.
Sorry, that shit
We
was
had to run
funny.
it back for our boy.
That shit is hilarious.
We had to run it back. Man, we had to run it back for Blunt Conversations one time for the one time, man.
Oh.
Hey, yo, that was diabolically hilarious, man. See, you get the MVP for the day for sending that one through. Man, C had the funniest this day for today, man. I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
I might have to use that. Which one do you?
Nice
Yo,
sound bite.
it's a nice sound bite. Hey, yo.
He genuinely didn't know what he was saying.
Hey, yo, y'all can imagine on filming on set how difficult it must have been every single time he said some funny shit like that. I know the outtakes on that movie got to be hilarious, man, because Will Ferrell's outtakes, if y'all ever seen some of the outtakes he did on some of these movies, hey, yo, he is a mastermind. He said big old titties.
Big old titties. That's my mom. Now, which one of you white bitches is gonna come here with me?
Oh, man. We go one more for y'all. This one said how American English sounds to foreigners. Man, I'm telling you, see, you was on one with these two right here. Have a look at this one, y'all, because this is gonna crack you up too. It's not as funny as Will Ferrell, but funny nonetheless.
Pakistan Patan today we have to the bordering of Afghanistan we near have to the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the rocket launcher firing after in the people 35 wanted to Boston. English ki khabruna khola goga. Pakistan Patan today we have to the bordering of Afghanistan we near have to the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the rocket launcher firing after in the people 35 wanted to Boston.
What the fuck was that?
Exactly.
Hey, yo,
Focus and
that's what American English sounds like to the foreigners. Hey, yo, the way he just said that.
That's why they be looking at us like that.
Hey, yo, he sounded like one of the funniest non-English speaking reporters that sounded like they was English in the world. That was just diabolical, man. I thought that was funny. It wasn't as funny. Will Ferrell took the cake today, man, but that was hilarious nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Because dude was actually making it sound like he was talking in English and he really couldn't talk in English, but that's the way it sounds to them. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, him and the other dude he always shoot with, Will Ferrell, yeah. Step brothers for life. Hey, man, listen, man, that was hilarious. Man, we want to thank you guys. www.lfxmedia.live. The Woke Show is on. That's what P getting ready for. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, and share. Once again, we'll be here on Friday for JPad, Mellow Man, the Abbott. He's out of here. See the Saint. Saint in here, man. Big shout out to the Saint doing the damn thing. And LB doing the damn thing as well. We're going to definitely see you guys on Friday. Y'all make sure y'all have a great day. And regardless of what's going on in this world, stay high vibes. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the light. Stay in the know, man.